Johnny Football was the most polarizing figure and hardest player to grade when it came to the 2014 draft class, with that uncanny ability to turn nothing into something, showcasing home run ability and taking charge of his team when they needed him the most. Ask anyone the same question about this year's draft class and most will be quick to bring up Dorial Green-Beckham, receiver from Missouri. Freakish size and measurables at 6'5", 237 pounds, Beckham ran an outstanding 4.49 40 time and has one of the biggest catch radiuses I've ever seen. Like Johnny Football though, Beckham's biggest concerns come off the field, where multiple arrests for pot and domestic abuse charges raise major red flags about his character and maturity, making the top 10 talent a huge risk for whatever team has the guts to pull the trigger on this big play machine. I'm not going to waste a second of your time, but instead I'm going to show you what this guy is all about. 6'5", outstanding leaping ability, long arms and strong hands. Haven't seen someone of Dorial Green-Beckham's caliber come out in a while that's displayed the size and high pointing ability like he has, jumping up and over his defenders and into outer space to catch some of these balls. Check it out. DGB makes beating a Division I cornerback look too easy, as his size and arm length are no match for anyone who can't match up with him physically. Pausing the tape here, look at the difference in size between DGB and his defender. The NFL is all about isolating into one-on-one mismatches. Teams will be salivating at the chance to implement him into their offense. Much more than just a jump ball, go up and get it receiver, DGB uses long strides to surprise defenders with his speed as he covers a lot of ground quickly, getting vertical in a hurry and creating separation in his routes. You can see throughout this video, a defense's biggest mistake against DGB is just leaving him alone in single coverage. Even a big, talented defensive back isn't enough to defend Beckham's physical presence, mixed with his acceleration and tremendous ball skills, as he displays an outstanding job of adjusting to the pass once it's in the air. Good hands, sneaky speed, and ability to separate, all things DGB does well, but at the end of the day, you're going to hurt your opponent the most with him inside the red zone. Again, too big to be left one-on-one even inside the 20. Beckham plays with this big boy mentality and uses his tenacity to make physical plays against his defender. Simply just throwing the ball up to Beckham with his tall stature and leaping ability is as complex as it's going to get in the game plan, as DGB has proved. He's going to come down with the ball more times than not. Now, it's not just jump balls in the back of the end zone either. After scoring a TD on a fade route the previous drive, Beckham catches his man cheating on the route and drives his foot into the ground the opposite way for an easy score on the quick slant. Want to see a grown man cry? Ask a cornerback to defend Dorial Green-Beckham inside the red zone and for all 4 quarters and see what happens. While his route tree and precision will need some fine-tuning at the next level, DGB is much more than just a one-route pass catcher. With teams forced to respect his deep play ability, DGB often finds soft coverage underneath that he has learned to exploit while giving his QB a big clear target in the soft spot of the zone with one monster catch radius. One area of weakness that was obvious for me was DGB's concentration inside or near traffic. Here on a crucial 4th down and short, DGB is flustered by tight press coverage and in short areas, losing concentration and unable to hold onto the ball. Now teams will grow aware of this and try their best to knock him off his route with physical play inside the sticks. The biggest surprise for me when breaking down DGB is run after the catch, specifically in tight space for such a big man. Missouri ran this bubble or quick screen with Beckham numerous times, and more times than not, Beckham showed a surprisingly good wiggle in and out of traffic, weaving his way through defenders with his acceleration and bouncing off a lot of would-be tacklers. I mean, you can't defend it much better than this if you're Kentucky. 3rd and 10, check this out. DGB shows great shiftiness and ability to slide off would-be tacklers for the first down after making 6 different men miss in just 12 yards of space. Not usually a big priority of discussion for me, but I thought it was noteworthy to talk about Beckham's blocking ability. DGB showed me a good willingness to use his massive frame and strength to get down and dirty in the run game, and displayed the awareness to get in defender's face when the play broke down. Little things like this will only improve his draft stock, which at this point needs all the help it can get. "6'5", 237 pounds, and a 4.49 40? Yeah, DGB's a one-on-one nightmare with his long strided speed that can stretch the field vertically and his ability to high point and attack the ball down in the red zone. From a pure talent standpoint, we're talking about a top 10 lock. Drawing comparisons to Calvin Johnson and Julio Jones. However, much like Johnny Manziel last year, he's got miles of adversity to face as to just what kind of man he is off the field. Things like possession of pot and domestic abuse charges, they raise a lot of red flags about his decision making and maturity. So, how high does he go in next month's draft? Well, as 32 different teams, you might get 32 different answers, ranging anywhere from a top 10 pick to not a draft-eligible prospect at all, as I know more than a handful of teams have already taken him off the board completely due to his character issues. Keep tuning in as I continue to break down a prospect a day, brought to you and presented by eDraft.com.